So I have one more thing to say. Like, I'm starting to see Occupy movements posting all these pictures of cops beating the crap out of people. And like I said, this is part of the propaganda against your mind in order to get you to believe that the cops and military are against us. Look, believe me, they are not at all. They are ready to help everybody. It's propaganda. And maybe there are a few cops that have infiltrated the system in order to attack people, in order to make it look like all the cops and military are bad, but they're not. They're here to help us, trust me. All over the world, they're here to help, okay? And so I'm really sick and tired of seeing these videos being posted. Not videos. Well, there's videos too, but I mean like all these pictures showing cops and military beating people up. Look, there's only like a few of those, and they're not real cops or military. They're there to basically just try to get people against the cops and military. But really, the police and military are on our side, trust me, and they want to help us, and they're going to protect us. So I just need everyone to really seriously just keep respecting the police and military, because there's really only a few out there that are like, I don't know, another species of evil, and they're trying to just separate everybody and get everybody against each other, because they know that if we are against our own military, then it's like the military isn't going to really feel like helping us if we're just like throwing fire at them all the time. So we need to go home and seriously just start posting all this stuff about how much we love our police and military, and how we know that they have our backs regardless of what kind of propaganda the Occupy movement tries to put out there, because there are good people that are part of the Occupy movement, but it was started, believe me, it was started by the people that are trying to take over the planet, and they're using it as a device to separate and segregate people. So that is my 2 cents about these new pictures that have been floating around about the police and military. It's because of stuff that I post on my blog about the police and military being on our side, because they are. So they're trying to give the delusion that they're not, just so everybody knows. I just want to make that clear. Okay, that's all I've got for now. Thank you. Hey everyone, this is Tomo again. I just wanted to get on to talk about some of these, like, what I'm not sure exactly what you call them. They're like memes or something. I think that's the name of them. Basically, all the little pictures that have been flying around the internet, and a lot of them have a lot of good things to say, and they're really truly inspiring. But you know, some of them are kind of, they seem somewhat inspiring until you take a closer look and you can see the subliminal messaging in them. Like, I'm working on a video where I'm basically compiling all of the different like inspirational memes, but I'm also combining the propaganda ones in with the video, and I just want to see if people are able to decipher which ones promote segregation and promote promote hating cops and hating the military. And it's like, we need them on our side. We don't need to be making things that just promote hate. It's nice if you want to promote things that basically emulate the truth of what's happening, but we also need to basically infuse unity into this planet. And if we just keep segregating each other into groups, it's not going to work for our benefit on the planet as a whole. So like, I noticed that there was like this comic, and I put it in the video. It shows like a white boy telling a black boy to get out of America or something, and then the next one shows a white boy telling a Mexican boy to get out of America, and then the next one is a white boy trying to tell a Native American to get out of America, and the Native American is just looking at him like all angry, like, dude, this is my country. Like, but you know what? The Native Americans were willing to share this country, okay? They were willing to share it with everyone, so that comic is ridiculous. It's just to promote more racism under the guise of trying to make it seem like, okay, well, we'll pretend to hate white. You know, this isn't about hating a certain race. It's like we're all coming together. So all of this propaganda to try to keep pinning one race against the other isn't going to work anymore, and I'm really fed up with this bullshit. So I basically decided that I would collect as many memes on Facebook and elsewhere as I possibly could, and combine all the truths and the lies together just to see if people can decipher through them. I'm also combining it with a report from the Occupy Marines Facebook page, and like I said, the Occupy movement is like, I don't want to say it's silly, but I know that it was started by the same people that were trying to take over the planet. They're just trying to entrap people. So, like, us going out in the streets and yelling and getting beaten up by cops, it's great that you want to die for your country, and I really agree that we all should be fearless, but we should be fearless in our thoughts, in our words, and It's like, how do I explain this to people without offending anyone or making anyone feel like what they're doing isn't worthwhile? It is. It really is. I mean that from the bottom of my soul. But look, the war is taking place on Facebook and Google and Twitter and places like that. So if you want to protest, get out on the internet, on the interwebs where you're being fed all the lies, and start infusing Facebook, Google, and Twitter with as much truth as you possibly can, because that's how you're going to get the voice out there. You see, the more voices that we put out onto the internet, and we keep speaking our truth, and we keep emulating our truth, pretty soon there's no room for the mass media that's telling us all these lies and manipulating our futures. And I'm also really sick of the whole saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Look, words do hurt. Words manifest our reality every single day. So if you don't think that words hurt you, you are terribly wrong. Words completely change the shape of your destiny in a split moment of time. So let me just testify to that fact that you need to be careful with what you're putting out onto the internet, because you can manifest reality. Now, the reality that I want to manifest is to get everybody on the side of unity, peace, and love, okay? And we can do this. We can infuse that kind of love energy into the planet. I know we can. And a lot of the media will try to make it also look like the cops and military are against the people, and they're not. Okay, they're here to help us, and they will help us, but we need to stop trying to just believe what we see when we see these images going around the internet of people getting beaten up and stuff. We need to not necessarily ignore those things, but we need to see that we cannot keep separating ourselves from certain entities, including the police and military. Okay, because even though they have these physical weapons, we have the power of artwork, and we are artists, and we are going to win the battle of the human consciousness with artwork. So I think it would be much more powerful to basically take your spirit of energy and take it onto the battlefield of the internet, okay? Because that is where the forefront really is. Out on the streets, they want you to be out on the streets, okay? The people that are trying to take over the planet want you out there. They want you to start a fight. They want martial law. They want to have an excuse, and you're just giving it to them. So go home, okay? And I'm not telling you this because I'm trying to, whatever. Everyone knows that I'm true and that I'm real. So basically, go home and get on the internet and start infusing as much truth as you can onto the internet. And pretty soon, it'll just overtake all the lies, all the mass media lies. They lie constantly. Like, everything they do, they just create this reality. Well, we can create our own reality if we try. So, the best thing that anybody can do all across the planet, in every single country, is to get on the internet in this next week and just start slamming the internet with as much truth, with all those memes as possible. There's so many more of us people than there are that can possibly take over this planet. There's billions of us. That's why they've been trying to, control population. The population control is not about resources. We have plenty of resources here to survive. Our resources are not being properly utilized by the people that run this world. So they don't want a lot of people on this planet, because then they know they lose their control. So basically, they really don't have any control anymore. They've been trying to hang on to their power. They've been giving you this delusion that they have any power at all, but they have zero power over any of us whatsoever. They have nothing, okay? But the only way to stop it is if we all rise up together. And I'm not talking about violence. I'm talking about using our love energy. And by going out into the streets and getting upset and worked up, we're just fusing more negative energy into the planet, and it's not going to help anybody. So, everyone should really just start thinking positive thoughts and energy and love towards one another, regardless of anything that we've ever gone through, generation after generation. It's like we can heal all of the stereotypes and the racism. We can do it. Okay, it isn't necessary to look at each other like we are any different from each other. We're not. Okay, we have different characteristics physically, but we all have a spirit that we all want love. We all want to be loved and cherished. We all want freedom.